Hello, cross friends. Welcome back to the Baggataway Cup semifinal. Trent and Brock tied at 8. We're going to overtime. The first goal will win it and send their team to the championship game tomorrow at noon.
Both teams with their ringer face-off men.
Yeah, the two All-Canadians. The East All-Canadian, Aidan McLaughlin, 11 for Trent, 22 Baudouin for Brock. Baudouin had it, but Conley came in. It's Latrell Harris that gets it. Is that a timeout? Yes, Brock has taken a timeout. Latrell Harris threw the ball down to Sam LeClaire.
Yeah, we mentioned it a few minutes ago that Brock's been doing really well from these settled offensive possessions, especially from the X. They're running this kind of pick and roll 1-4-1. Looking to feed from X, and it's gotten them, I would say, at least 4 goals this game.
It's been very successful. And we have some snowflakes drifting lazily down into the stadium now.
Yeah, it's quite pretty.
Yeah.
It's quite pretty. Not so icy as it was last night.
The wind is just a slight. You can see the flags on the top of the goalpost, the football goalpost, just kind of drifting about. We have the teams for the next game here ready. I saw the McGill Club warming up on Forbes Field right behind us. If you go at the back of our booth, the backside of the stadium, you can see the Forbes Field right there. Mm-hmm. And McGill was up there warming up. I assume Western got up there and warmed up for a while. It will be the Mustangs in their purple and the McGill side in their white. But first, we have a red versus white battle to decide here. Brock has possession. Everyone out on the field gathered around their coaches. Now the coaches have returned to the sideline. The team will have a last cheer, and then we'll set up and try and go win this game. Trent looking for a stop so they can get a possession in the overtime. I'm Stephen Stamp with Chris Maderi. This is Baggataway Cup 2019. And boy, our next game's scheduled to start in 17 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see if we have to wait. I imagine they'll probably start pretty quickly after this.
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah.
Okay, Brock starts with it. They're up top. Cree Blakely has the ball. Watched there by Campbell. It's Woodland. Tchaikovsky staying on him. Gets a chance to rip. It's a little bit wide. Woo. Campbell Parker is backing up.
It's a good opportunity.
Yeah. Had a bit of space. Just couldn't find the spot. Parker spins.
Here they are starting to set up that 1-4-1.
Blakely. Watched by Campbell. Hands it off to Houghton. Blakely up to Houghton.
Playing some really smart lacrosse here.
Yeah, Parker isolated over on the far side, wondering how they're going to start to move. And there's a shot by Woodland on his offhand, and Dylan Monroe had no trouble. Trent is fired up. They've got the ball back.
Yeah, that was almost a pass. Just right to the goalie's stick.
Yeah. Brock with the patient ride, just locking off everybody, and then Cheeto Andrioli comes back to help out. Lobs it ahead to Conley. The long pole's going. He set up a goal yesterday. Is he going to rip one? He does. He scores! Curtis Conley, the long pole, overtime winner. Trent was the victim of an overtime winner by a pole by Tanner Baldwin early in the year against McGill. They are the recipients of long pole glory here at Percival Molson Stadium.
Yeah, it almost looked like the Brock defense didn't believe that he was going to go for it. I mean, no one slid at all.
Wow. And we wondered how much energy Trent would have towards the end of this game. Then they lose Garrett Eddy. How's that going to affect them? And it doesn't. They just come out and win in overtime. They are going to the championship. They were there a few years ago, actually, when it was played at Brock. They played in the championship. They will look to go one step further and win it. But for now, they're just going to revel in a huge overtime win.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And they really deserve it. They really fought hard the whole game. I mean, both teams did, but yeah, it's really nice to see Trent win like that. And
And one factor for Trent, they have to think about, we've talked about it is hard to win the 3 games in 3 days. It was tough for them. They played last night, the 6 o'clock game. They have to be back out here for the 11 o'clock game this morning, a tight turnaround. But now, they're done before 1 o'clock. They don't play for 23 more hours.
Yeah.
They're going to have time. I think they're going to be okay coming into the final. It should be. And Brock, they have slain the Giant. I think Trent's going to feel very good about whether they face McGill or Western. And we will have that game for you in about 14 minutes. I'm Steven Stamp with Chris Mederi. We're going to go take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second semifinal of the Baggataway Cup 2019. Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome back to the 2019 Baggataway Cup. It's been about 26 minutes since that thrilling overtime goal, shorthanded by long pole. Curtis Conley advanced Trent to the championship game tomorrow at noon over at Concordia Stadium. We're going to see who they're playing as Western in the purple, going left to right. The three-time defending champions are taking on McGill, the undefeated 10-0 McGill, who are looking. Well, they're the only undefeated team in the league now this year after Brock fell in the last game.
That's right.
Another scrambled draw. We've seen a ton of those this weekend. And Western came away with it momentarily. It'll be Michael Byrne. Coming up with the ball and paying the price, getting absolutely drilled there by Kieran McKay.
Yeah, McKay looked pretty excited about that opportunity.
Oh, sorry, that was that Richard Molenberg? Is that 48 or was it 18?
It was Molenberg.
Yeah,
it was
okay.
Molenberg
So
on the hit there.
On the first one, mistook my 1 and my 8. Western hangs on to possession. Cole Davis, who had a few big goals for Western yesterday. Here's Simeone over to Simeone. That's Julian to Tristan. Tristan with the ball now. Cody Ward, the player of the game yesterday with 4 goals and 3 assists. He was brilliant. Tries to feed one through. Can't quite connect with Nick Ferris. And I thought for a moment they were giving possession to Western. That was clearly a pass, and they nail it. The ball goes to Western. Nice hustle on the forecheck, but very calm and poised. Oliver Bolsterly Tanner Baldwin hands the ball off. Baldwin referenced it earlier. Baldwin came up with a huge overtime goal for a win for McGill against Trent here in Montreal a couple of months ago now, as they won on a shorthanded overtime goal. And he is one of the best players you're going to see on a lacrosse field. McGill set up in the offense now.
Their first possession of the game.
They're going to cycle it around. Max Murdoch, the veteran who will be departing the school this year, along with his father and coach, Tim Murdoch. 17 seasons on the McGill sideline. He's stepping away, going on a 5-month tour with his wife in January. They're going to New Zealand, Australia, Vietnam, Japan, Hawaii, I believe.
I know.
Was the list.
I'm jealous.
I'm excited for them. I'm a little jealous too.
Yeah.
But excited. I mean, he deserves. He's put so much into his
it.
program, so much work with his regular job and his volunteer position here at McGill, and he has done an amazing job building up the team, building up the roster, building up the program, and building up the coaching staff to be ready to take over for him.
It's true. Yeah. Now the coaches include both Nicholas Subri and Anders Biela. I played with both those guys.
Oh, it's Anders. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. I mean, just the experience and lacrosse IQ between those two guys alone, I mean, it's serious.
Simon Hudson and Andrew Bedell, the rest of the coaching staff. There's a chance, but a nice slide. Great hustle to get out and limit that shooting opportunity. As that was John Gregg popping out. Well, Gregg had a strong game last night as well. Oh, a huge hit by John Kitt. And the loose ball is scooped up, and the Western sideline is going nuts. But then the long pass, it'll be run onto. Doesn't turn into a problem. John Gregg. And these teams were both out here watching as Conley scored that goal. And John Gregg said, hey, if Curtis Conley can score that goal, I'm staying up on offense. Now he's going to peel off. He was staying there looking for a pass from Simeone. No, he's staying again. And now he's going. Twice he circled back into the offensive zone to be part of that. Curtis Conley is emboldening long poles around Kufla. McLaughlin handed it off. Here's Ryan McLean with the rip. Nice save by Michael Gallo. And at the other end of the floor, we've got Michael Orlando between the pipes for Western, ready to face a shot. But it's going to be handed off as Connor Plant will slow things down.
I think he makes a wise choice there.
Yeah. I double-checked before the game, or this morning, before we didn't have time between these games, but before all the games, just to make sure, because, up here in Montreal, you would think it would be Connor Plant, but he is from Burlington, Vermont. So
great town, Burlington, Vermont.
Oh, so beautiful. Bouncer a little bit wide from the stick of Liam McDonald. Yeah, Burlington's nice. So pretty. What have you been doing down in Vermont?
Some rock climbing.
Oh,
yeah. There's actually a very nice place to climb just outside the city there, called Lone Rock Point. Really nice kind of campground and stuff too.
Little sidearm skip shot. Stopped by Orlando. That from the stick of Kerry Kane. Kane, one of 5 First Nations or Indigenous players on this McGill roster. And I know that's another part of Tim Murdoch's legacy. He has been passionate about building opportunities for Indigenous student athletes to get here and get a great education and be part of this program.
Absolutely. And he spent a lot of time with the kids over on Kahnawake.
Yeah.
Just on the South Shore here in Montreal, and helping them with their lacrosse program. And it's really. I mean, he cares and he wants to grow the sport. He's a good coach.
Just a good person.
He's just a good person. Yeah.
He's just a good dude. Julian Simeone over to Tristan. There's Cody Ward. Watched closely by Oliver Bolsterley, and it's huge for McGill to have Bolsterley here. He was drafted by the San Diego Seals in the National Lacrosse League entry draft, and this is their first weekend at camp. There's a shot, another save by Gallo. Quick outlet, but he talked to Patrick Merrill, the head coach and GM of San Diego, and he said, no, go ahead, play with your team. I get what it means to you. Go and be part of it. Come next weekend for the second weekend at camp.
That's it.
It helps that Merrill was Bolsterley's coach at the Hill Academy. Those kind of relationships, I think it can make a difference.
It does.
So we're scoreless through 6 minutes of play here in the second semifinal.
Yeah, both teams have had some opportunities though. They're looking strong. Maybe McGill. I think Tim mentioned that it's been 2 weeks since they last played a game.
Oh, big save by Orlando on a hard shot. The high taken by Andrew Chase, the native of Summit, New Jersey. Fair number of American players on this club. I was actually just talking to someone over in the McGill Loge. He was pointing out, fewer Americans probably. A lot of players from BC coming in. Again, that's a direct result of Tim Murdoch and the effort he puts in. He'd fly out to
everywhere.
BC.
Everywhere, yeah.
BC,
and he does the rounds at all those U.S. tournaments, hotbeds, Gate Cup, all that good stuff, all the summer club teams.
John Kitt ran into some open space to get that clear from Orlando, and Western goes to the attack. But Murdoch, he's put in the effort, put in the miles and the time,
and it shows
on his own dime.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a massive recruiting budget to go and get people. That pass gets away.
$0 for recruiting.
Approximately zero.
Yeah.
Here's a chance for Max Murdoch. Just can't quite catch it, and then he checks Orlando. Is that a penalty? It is. Yeah, Orlando had the ball in his stick, standing in the crease, and Murdoch just chops down on the stick. It'll be an interference call, and a chance for McGill or for Western to set up on the power play. Boy, in that game, Hayden Nix was trying to reach over center and just tap that ball that was the pass, the errant pass headed out. He just missed it, and may have got caught up a little bit.
Maybe.
Nobody kind of rotated in to back him and led to that break. Hayden Nix, I want you to share again the Hayden Nix situation.
Oh, yeah. So Hayden Nix was a teammate of mine when I was playing for McGill. He's now playing for Western, just to be clear. But I think he's coming up on...
big save by Gallo on the hard outside shot. He has 98 career Kufla wins?
98 career Kufla wins. Yeah, if Western wins the tournament, then that will be that'll be Hayden Nix's 100th Kufla win.
Ward hits the trailer. Simeone behind the back to Ferris. Doesn't connect. Not sure if it was tipped, but it doesn't matter. Julian Simeone gets there first. I didn't even think it would be possible to get to 100 games. He's in med school.
He's in med school
Western.
now. Yeah, that's
completed his degree at McGill and in med school and still playing. And boy, it amazes me when people do med school and other stuff. There's one of my heroes is Emma Robinson, who's a national team rower, a colleague of mine with Rowing Canada, and she came back from cancer, was doing med school, and went back and won a medal at the Olympics after.
Yeah. Just superhuman.
As a rower.
Superhuman feats.
She is, and just a brilliant woman. And also, one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. It's just almost unfair.
Yeah.
how great a person she is.
Hayden Nix is kind of the same type of person. Yeah, just extremely nice and extremely giving, and just a great person to spend time with.
So the Max Murdoch penalty, the 30-second interference call is over. McGill back on the attack. And Colton Campbell has the ball, hands it off there. Gets it up to Seth Obadia, number 50. It's a quick turnaround. We got to make the switch with these names. Honestly, I almost said Campbell Parker.
Yeah.
Like 50 Campbell Parker. Oh, no, it's Seth Obadia. And this is Campbell. Oh, what a shot. It's in and out in a hurry. We talked earlier about the taut mesh. The ball came out quickly, but it was in. Colton Campbell from Boulder with the goal.
Yeah, great shot right off the dodge there. Bounce shot right outside the crease and then into the upper left corner of the goal. Those shots are hard to stop for a keeper because of the change of plane. Kind of hard to judge where it's going to bounce, especially as conditions have changed. Probably bouncing a little bit different yesterday.
Just a dead overhand. Campbell on the run, and he got the defender, protected the ball well, and the snow's gone. It's still pretty cool. It's where are we at today? Actually, we're at -2 still or so. So it's still sub-zero. It's still the field's pretty hard. It had cleared up. We had sun earlier. We do have some cloud now. These are pretty good conditions. A few snowflakes were dropping near the end of the last game. And I know Commissioner Dave Fennicky, as we're just having a moment in the loge between games, said, "Is it snowing?" "It's not snowing." It's just a few flakes, David. It's okay. All is well. It's an outdoor sport. You deal with what you deal with.
It is. And, we've played in worse conditions than this.
Yes. McDonald at the top, the North Van native. I lived in North Vancouver for quite a while. Ran a rowing club in Deep Cove. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, I spent some time there actually earlier this summer.
Oh, what a rip on the run. Another goal for McGill. Pretty quickly, back-to-back, they're up 2-0.
Yeah, that's right. And Spencer Allen, the keeper, is going to be kicking himself after that one.
Michael Orlando,
excuse me. A goal went in stick side high, it looked like.
So that goal from Kieran McKay, another BC boy, Richmond, BC. McGill comes up with a face-off possession, scooped up by Baldwin. He'll hand it off there for Hunter Zawada from Kimberley, BC. That's in the interior. That's way inside.
That's a big face-off win for McGill there.
You keep that possession, that momentum. And again, Western played yesterday. You always wonder, they played the late game. So the exact same amount of time to recover as Trent had. And we saw how well Trent dealt with it, but it can depend on game circumstances too. We actually talked in the Trent versus Brock game how Brock got up 4-1. And we said if Trent gets down further, it could be trouble for them because the energy to come back could be too much, but if they can come back from this, it could be momentum. And whoa, we were prophetic.
We were. we were. Commentating a great game.
There we go. So now McGill up on Western. How does it affect Western? I'd say similar thing. If McGill could get well ahead, even if Western's able to battle back, the energy you consumed might be so much that McGill would then respond.
Or even just keeping the ball for McGill in the offensive end will do a lot because their defense is going to be getting more and more tired. And as the time starts to run out, the offense will feel more and more pressure to score and score quickly. So, we'll see what happens.
McGill still in possession. They got it back. Max Murdoch tried a little reach-around shot that didn't quite connect. But they got it back. He actually scored a huge goal on a similar play where he just got a short stick D-midi on his back and backed his way in, spun a little bit, and that little short arm reach through traffic, and he skipped it home. This one went wide, and now he's got the ball, and he's going to toss it across to Daniel Chand from Coquitlam. But there are a lot of BC guys in this team. Oh, my goodness. What a pass attempt there. It was Ethan Forgrave trying to lob the ball over as he was being checked. He almost connected, but it is turned over. Here goes John Kitt with some heavy forecheck pressure. Nice footwork to get free. Now it's time to move the ball. Oh, actually he's going to pull back and slow things down. And now he'll hand it off and see what A.J. Skirving can do. Skirving tossed it back to the goaltender, Orlando.
McGill running that kind of goalie lock-off ride package.
Keegan Crowley's open over on the sideline, and I'm not sure if they even knew he was on. He just subbed in and just didn't come away from the sideline. I'm not sure Orlando even saw that he was there, and the result is a turnover.
He had his stick raised. I don't know why he didn't get the ball.
Hard rip from the outside as Connor Plant just loads it up.
That had some heat. That had some heat on the ball.
Baldwin with a little flip pass to him. Murdoch, low pass. Scooped up nicely, reverse whip. Great effort there by Kerry Kane. Can't quite connect it. Speaking of carries, as we is that the end of the quarter? Or is that
the end of the first.
End of the first quarter. That's going fast.
Yeah.
2-0. I was going to say, speaking of carries, I'd like to give a shout out to my lovely and talented fiance, Carrie McMaster, back at Revive Hair Lounge, the salon that she and I own and run back in Peterborough. One of our clients very nicely posted a picture on Twitter of the game up on the screen, up on the computer at Revive, the first game today. It was, Trent was playing. It's in Peterborough. There's some Peterborough folks watching, enjoying that game.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's
so
very nice.
Wherever you are watching, well, first of all, thanks to Carrie, and I love you very much. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. And for everyone else, wherever you're watching, wherever you've got us up, thanks so much for being with us. We'll take a minute and a half break, and we'll be back at the 2019 Baggataway Cup in Montreal. Well, welcome back to the Cross Friends. Baggataway Cup 2019. I'm Stephen Stamp with Chris Maderi. We are a quarter of the way through the second semifinal. Trent is on to the championship game. They'll face the winner here. Right now, McGill looking good with a 2-goal lead. Western can come back, though. We'll see what happens. Cody Arsenault had a great game yesterday on the faceoffs. Can't quite get it this time, though. McGill gets it, and then Arsenault grabs it and has it pop away. That's off Arsenault's leg.
So McGill with possession now, deep in their own defensive zone, working on clearing the ball, and managed to do so with Brandon Byrne with the ball now, starting to work it around, tosses to his teammate. Now down to X, back to wing. Looking for that favorable matchup. Liam McDonald with the dodge, looking for options.
Tosses it up to the top, and they get it rolling, but it pops off the stick there on the far side of Kieran McKay. That's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate drop for him.
Just kind of was straight on, got a little straight to the ball. Had a tip off the head of the stick. Western slowing things down. Orlando with it. AJ Skirving trots around behind him, gives him a little tip on where to go. He says, be patient.
Yeah, we'll see if we can. We'll see if Western can find the man coming in off the box.
Not sure what Orlando's waiting for because Crowley's been open for about 5 seconds there. Now he's got it, and there's actually some pressure coming from the forecheck. They get it across to John Kitt. Nice contested catch in traffic there by Pearson Noble.
So interesting ride package from McGill there, forcing the deep hole, someone who doesn't typically go in the offensive zone, up the field, try to make a decision. And when he does get into the offensive zone, they lock everyone off.
Yeah, although, I mean, Keegan Crowley was open for quite a while with nobody near him. And
It's true.
like if you make the earlier pass, he can run, and he carries the ball all the time.
Yeah.
He's quite comfortable with it. There's a chance. Hard rip, a nice save. What a job.
Big save.
Michael Gallo just getting a stick on that one, denying Nick Ferris, who's deadly from that range.
Yeah, it looked like Gallo just barely got enough. It almost dropped right at his feet.
Noble trying to fight through the check from Hayden Nix, or from Connor Plant.
And Noble very weary there to go to his left hand. Did not want to use it at all.
Because where's he from? He's from Toronto. He's a normal Canadian guy. He likes the hand he likes.
That's true.
Americans. All this switching and going back and forth. Pick a side. No, that's fine. It's good to be able to go to both ends.
It's good.
We've seen good things happen with Tom Schreiber and guys. I mean, remember the one goal that Tom Schreiber scored for the Toronto Rock as he converted to box. There's a bounce shot a little bit wide. Western will get it back as they were backing up, but he's coming around the net, switches sides, switches hands, and rips it and scores as his helmet is knocked off.
Yeah, that's right.
That was an amazing goal.
Another
big
huge
save.
save.
And Baldwin comes away with a loose ball, and he's gone. And I know we always call them ground balls in field lacrosse, but that never touched the ground. That popped up in the air, and he snagged it before it could get down. McGill with numbers, with pressure, with a shot. Oh, didn't get as much on as they were hoping. There will be a penalty, though.
Looks like it might have been a push with possession.
Yeah. Now, is that a minute or is that 30?
You know, I don't know.
We'll find out shortly. Appreciate Dave Fennicky, our commissioner, sending me a steady stream of texts to let me know, let us know what the calls are. Double confirming all the goal scorers are. There's Murdoch behind the net. Nobody back there from Western. They're just going to let him come out.
Yeah.
McDonald. Right in the slot, and then again that bounce shot there from Cameron McGinnis. Just looked like it got it a little steep, got the ball onto the ground before he intended to. So it just kind of took the momentum out. Instead of being a tricky skip, it just was a bit of a thud. They send it up, back to even strength. Hunter Zawada hands it off. Here's McDonald. Comes near side, and Kieran McKay will set things up. McGill still up 2-0. 5 minutes into the second quarter.
Dodging from X now.
Oh, just making that stop was Orlando. Close angle, but almost squeezed in by Isaiah Cree. Cree from Akwesasne, New York, which is tricky little a bit of geography because it's a kind of an island in between Canada and the States, and you're never clear exactly what you're in a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I was there for the Founders Cup a couple of years ago, and yeah, it's a fascinating little piece of property. With the Turtle Dome there, beautiful arena.
Absolutely.
On the island. Love that place.
Looks like we got another penalty, McGill penalty.
It's a 1 minute unnecessary roughness to Kieran McKay. So big chance for Western. And they haven't taken a timeout, so if they can get one quickly as Ferris drops that ball, that's when you may see them take a timeout and try and maximize. But
That's right.
Davis down to Ward. Nice save. Gallo
Wow.
spears it and then takes the pass back from Bolsterly. And Bolsterly directs traffic to lob the pass over smartly to Molenberg.
And a great clear to follow, too. I mean, that's textbook man down play right there.
And that so much credit to Bolsterly for taking the pass as an outlet, getting the ball back to his goalie, and as his pass is going towards Gallo, pointing to where the open man is.
Yeah, that's right.
Great communication, and that led to Plant being able to get up ahead. Plant harassed there by Cole Davis. Managed to get it off.
McGill back at even strength now.
Terrific penalty kill, and they remain up 2-0.
Doesn't get better than that.
No, we were nearing the midway point of the second quarter. We talked about how quickly the first quarter went. This one feels a bit more normal, but still a great quarter for McGill.
Yeah, keeping possession.
Yeah, they almost gave it up on that errant pass, but it was tracked down. Then a hard rip. That's just off the stick of Orlando on that sidearm shot by Ethan Forgrave. Ball goes out of bounds. Will retain possession to McGill.
There's Forgrave at X now, dodging. Was looking to feed Murdoch, but the defenseman was there.
Right on him. I mean, they got it through to Murdoch, but A.J. Skirving was right in Murdoch's hip pocket.
Oh, yeah.
They come across to the near side to Kieran McKay. McGill being patient, working around, trying to go after Michael Byrne here, but he's an all-Canadian short stick D-Mitty. And as you'd expect, does a pretty good job there on Forgrave. They come over to the near side and let Max Murdoch have a go. Skirving out with him right almost by the sideline. Now he'll retreat as Murdoch passes the ball off. Here comes McKay. He's going to have a go. One didn't get through. Nicely scooped up there. Here goes Western on the counterattack.
6-on-4 here. 6-on-5.
Oh, and the pass gets away. Just a little hot for Julian Simeone.
And this is what I was mentioning earlier. Western may start to feel the pressure as the time winds down a bit, forcing a pass that they may not otherwise do. It can be hard when you're feeling the pressure like this.
Seth Obadia gets it across to Andrew Chase. Chase, an honorable mention All-Canadian. You can see all the All-Canadians go on. I've got a story on the Kufla website, kufla.ca. Lists all the players that are All-Canadians and honorable mentions. 4 All-Canadian, 2 honorable mentions for Western. 2 All-Canadians and 3 honorable mentions for McGill. There's a hand switch.
Oh.
With the ball in the stick by Max Murdoch. Created a pretty great chance, but he couldn't quite convert on it.
Yeah, he's going to be upset about that one. Yeah. He had time and room there.
Isaiah Cree across to McDonald. Almost surprising that McGill had just the 2 All-Canadians in the East when they went 10-0.
Yeah.
Among all the positions and the 3 honorable mentions. But it really is such a team effort, a team approach for McGill. Honestly, you go through and you think, it's hard to see which guys really stand out. Right there standing out is Liam McDonald, and he rips one high to low, far side, just inside the post to make it 3-0 McGill.
Is he a lefty?
Yeah.
He is a lefty. I was going to say, it looked like his strong hand, but I wasn't sure.
And I'm not sure that I actually have seen him venture to the far side that often. I mean, obviously, fairly common here in the field game. For all the box fans watching, you do have guys on their offsides more. The angles are a little different with the big net, so it's not such a taboo to try things on your far side as much. And a lot of guys will do it, but McDonald is a guy that you'll often see over here on what in box we call the shooter spot out on the wing here.
Yeah, exactly.
And he tends to be more an up and down guy, not an across guy. I would say more of a north-south as opposed to east-west. But did a pretty good job going east and west there.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. That was shades of Garrett Eddy on the run yesterday for Trent. or Cole Davis for Western also scored a couple in the row. Those were a bit more north-south. Those were him driving towards the net and just making subtle lateral movements. Here's McDonald with the ball back, and Trent with a 3-0 lead thanks to his latest goal. Hands it off to Murdoch.
McGill offense really being dominant with control of the ball here, waiting for the right opportunity.
McDonald, another one. That's what we expect to see from him. What a beauty. And I think he just got Orlando thinking far side and pulled it back near pipe.
I think so, yeah. That's what it looked like. There was just the slightest pump fake there.
Yeah.
And that was unassisted. Didn't need any help.
Yeah, Liam McDonald on fire. He has really risen to the occasion in Baggataway Cups before. The native of North Van. Here's a face-off battle. Taking the draw is Kai McDonald for McGill up against Arsenault for Western. And it's quite a stalemate on this one.
Yeah,
Tim
classic
Murdoch,
clamp battle here.
Murdoch said before the game he felt if they could win half the draws, they'd be in good shape because they've had 3 face-off guys are out with injuries.
Yeah, that's
so
what
Kai
he said.
McDonald's kind of forced into duty, and that's a lot of pressure on him, but doing a pretty good job, slowed that one down. I mean, Western getting the majority of the possessions, but Arsenal making them work for it. Here's Keegan Crowley.
As long as you prevent the fast break on the face-off, you're pretty much ooh.
That was a slow break because they waited and waited. Then Crowley runs in, draws the defender, and dishes to the 4-time All-Canadian Cody Ward, and that's why he's on that list.
Absolutely. And Michael Gallo there, I think it's he's been all saves otherwise. Still having an outstanding game despite letting that one in.
Yeah. I mean, it's 1 goal, 1:22 to go here in the first half. It's 4-1 now, McGill. Big for Western. That fairly late in the half. One factor I meant to mention earlier, actually, we talked about Western having to go 3 games to win this. Trent trying to look to get their 3rd game. Oh, big collision. And that's going to be a turnover. McGill rolled it out. Oh, and that was very close to a penny for Tristan Simeone as he cross-checked the defender, Molenberg, out of bounds.
Yeah, Molenberg clear with his hands away from his body there, not trying to get involved.
But the one factor, because we've gone from 80-minute games to 60-minute games this year, that's a difference. With 15-minute quarters, you're saving yourselves 20 minutes of game time, of physical exertion.
It adds up.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting. Maybe that was a factor for Trent in the energy they showed late in the game against Brock. Julian Simeone, under all kinds of pressure, just hanging on to the ball. And then a sort of an odd pass, but Cody Ward gets there and picks it up, kind of bails him out. Bolsterly on Ward. Little bit of a hip pick, and Bolsterly just fights through it. What a defensive job.
Yeah, just right on his hands the whole time, even through the pick.
You got to have somebody on Cody Ward. Cole Davis dodging, tries to get it through the middle. He doesn't connect. That's going to end the half. And it is 4-1 for McGill over Western. We're going to take a 10-minute break. I'm Stephen Stamp with Chris Maderi. We'll be back with the second half of the second CUFLA semifinal here at Baggataway Cup 2019 in Montreal. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2019 Baggataway Cup. Semifinal number 2 is halfway through. We're about to find out who will be meeting the Trent Excalibur for the championship. Trent has never won. Well, McGill and Western, battling in this second semifinal, have won 5 championships among the last 7, including the last 3 by Western. And an interesting tidbit, the last 4 times these two teams have met have all been at the Baggataway Cup, of course, because they're in opposite divisions, and the winning team has gone on to win the championship each time. That was McGill in 2012 and 2016, or 2015, and then there was Western the last 2 years.
That's right. That's right. And now this is McGill with a quick timeout after the face-off.
Well, that's an odd one.
Yeah, it was a broken situation, and I think it might have been a wise call from Murdoch.
Yeah.
Here as the snow starts to fall a little bit heavier.
Swirling, drifting. It's still quite lovely.
It is. It is.
4-1, the score. McGill leading Western. I'm Stephen Stamp with Chris Mederi. Hey, the snow is actually drifting in onto our computer screen here. I think my computer's just decided it doesn't want to be part of this anymore.
It's probably getting a little bit cold at this point.
It's pretty chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little cool in here. Michaela's all like, I have to have the doors open, the garage doors, so I can film and not have it going through the glass, which is totally fair and the right decision.
All for you, all for the viewers at home.
Right? We're very pleased to have you with us, lacrosse friends, as we decide who will face the Trent Excalibur in the championship game tomorrow at noon from Concordia's Stadium, just down the road, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes on traffic today, apparently. We'll be there starting at noon tomorrow. And McGill is underway. Of course, retaining possession, getting that timeout in before anything untoward could happen. Liam McDonald, a pair of goals in the first half. We're having a debate about who we thought should be. Nice job by the ref, as there was an extra ball in the field of play, and the ref just skipped in right beside the player and tossed it out. That's that extra mile that refs have to go.
That's it.
McDonald gets the pass off, and Orlando may have got a piece of that. Who's going to get possession? That's a tough call. It's Western.
Is it closer to the ball?
It's closer to the ball.
Not to the end line. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you got to take in trigonometry, figure your angles, because obviously Hayden Nix was over this way more. And
Then I think that's definitely the right call. I was going to disagree at first, but
But then you tamp down your inner McGill alumni.
That's it.
And realize that Western deserved that ball.
Not be so biased.
Yeah, we have I'll tell you, if McGill is able to advance, they've got the 4-1 lead. If they advance to the championship game, it would mark many things. It would mean the first time, as David Fennick, our commissioner, was pointing out, that we've had an East versus East final in the Baggataway Cup, which would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it would be the first time Trent is in there.
No, they were in the final 3 years ago.
Okay.
Played Western at Brock. They won their semifinal, got into the championship, then Western won that one fairly handily. It would also mark head-to-head confrontation between play-by-play man and Trent alum Stephen Stamp, that's myself, and color commentator and McGill alum Chris Mederi. That's you.
That's me. And we just saw McGill's ride package work out for them well. A lot of confusion around the middle of the field.
And yesterday, Western was so calm and so poised on all their clears as Nipissing just wasn't able to get the same kind of pressure that McGill's affected here. Kieran McKay. All over him is Pearson Noble, and that's going to be a turnover, so Western gets it right back, and they're on the run. Nix will hand it off to Cody Ward. It's a pretty good idea if you're a defender running the field and you're not sure what you want to do. You give it to Cody Ward. He usually makes good things happen. And Oliver Bolsterley is out to near midfield with Ward. They clearly want to keep. We've seen Bolsterley on him for the most part. Although, actually, is that Rowan McLaughlin on him? Or, no, it is Bolsterley. Thought for a second it was a 9. Simeone, well behind GLE. Over to Ward. We've got 5 Western players from the 20-yard line in, and the goal line is the 15. So they're really low. Now everyone's popping out as they spread things around. Can't connect with Ferris on the pass, but it's backed up by Simeone, and they'll retain possession.
Simeone with a short stick matchup now.
He almost stepped out of bounds on the end line. Oh, what a pass. And a great save by Gallo.
He is just standing on his head right now. I mean,
wow.
Amazing save after amazing save.
Off to Bolsterly. He's going to come back to Gallo, and he's running before the ball even gets to him. He knew exactly where he wanted to go.
McGill managed to clear the ball right after that.
They'll slow things down, affect some changes. Tell you, one of the things I really enjoy, I've been paying careful attention to Kufla for many years now, and one of the things I really enjoy about the Kufla game is how aggressive it is. You don't see a lot of, you can call it attention to detail in coaching if you like. I call it kind of over-coaching, where some of the athletes are taken out of the game a bit because the coaches like to control a lot of the game south of the border that we see. Yeah. And, amazing athletes, terrific game, sure, but I like the way these guys kind of just go play.
Yeah, I agree.
It also helps, I think, there's a lot of box guys who are used to having to shoot every 30 seconds and don't want to sit around for 3 minutes before they shoot the ball. Personal opinion, but that's how I feel. Colton Campbell switches hands, gets the pass out, but great defensive effort by Michael Byrne. And Western comes away with the ball. Orlando lobs the lateral pass to John Kitt, and he's going deep. One hopper to Ferris. Western with numbers. Ward hits the trailer. John Gregg.
Wow, great defensive play.
My goodness, what a play there.
Back now on McGill's offensive end.
That was Molenberg.
Yet to get the ball settled, though.
There they go.
There it is.
Nice little pass by Evan Reynolds to just get things under control. They toss it over to Christopher Parkinson from Fairmouth, Massachusetts, and he'll hand it off. So Tim Murdoch cycling through a fair number of his players, him and his coaching staff.
Just moving the ball around the outside now. Waiting to get set up.
Yeah, they're actually switching out a couple of the defenders.
Yeah, it looks like
while that was going on. So just want to keep the ball moving and clear of the defense on the offensive zone. McDonald looking for a cut underneath. Saw the slide coming, decides to retreat. Shovel pass sets up a dodge by Kieran McKay, but he is stripped. Oh, nice hustle on the back check. But it's grabbed again by John Gregg.
Popped out of his stick for a second.
Yeah, totally.
Kieran McKay did really well to get back there.
Yeah, and Andrew Chase jumped in and got onto that back check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my computer's just decided it's too cold. I'm going to put it in its bag and let it warm up. As Western sets up in the offensive zone. Not sure I've ever seen Cody Ward switch over to lefty to make a pass. Interesting.
Every possession now for Western is very important because they haven't gotten that much offensive possession yet.
No, and McGill's being so patient in the offensive zone and so difficult to get the ball away from.
Yeah.
The time we're almost halfway through this third quarter, and Western, it feels like they've barely had the ball.
Absolutely. They really need to convert every single possession into a goal if they want to have a chance to win this one.
Wait, every time they've had a good chance, Michael Gallo has been there.
just right
taken
there,
away.
Yeah. Another one.
We reached the midway point here of the third quarter.
It's just save after save for Gallo.
He's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
McGill has commissioned some wooden mini sticks for the Player of the Game awards. Beautiful little sticks. They've got a small plaque on the side that says Player of the Game, and very cool. And as of right now, you could probably engrave Michael Gallo on one for today. Maybe don't engrave it, just
pencil
do the outline, pencil in the outline. Yeah. There's Bolsterly with a grab of the loose ball and a quick pass out. Nice job to get it ahead to Kai McDonald.
Chance for a fast break here, 5-on-4, but Western manages to get back.
Yeah, the little bobble allowed Keegan Crowley to race back in, and then John Kitt causes the turnover. Here goes Western. They're going to push it. Great hustle back once again there by Andrew Chase.
Line change now for Western as they move the ball around the perimeter. Down to X, back to the wing.
Ward tosses it up to Cole Davis. Pretty sure Davis still has it. No, he doesn't. That was a good hidden ball trick.
It was very good, especially with the snow
impressive.
starting to come down.
Yeah. We talked about it yesterday. It actually is fairly substantial snow. It's still kind of floating about, not super heavy snow. But we were talking yesterday with all the snow on the ground, you could run the old Six Nations hidden ball trick.
Gosh,
where they've got that big white advertisement or logo on the floor, and they'll just leave it on that sometimes. And somebody else comes and picks it up. You can't see it. There's a flag down. McGill thought they had a great slide.
Push with possession call, I think.
Yeah, it's a little overzealous.
The crowd is unhappy with the ref after that call.
Yeah, they don't like the call on the homeboys.
They're saying, "Sir, maybe you should reconsider next time." Some nice things like that. Always being respectful out here.
See a bunch of green jackets up just under the Desjardins retired number sign, which is to our right. I would imagine that's the Trent Club checking out who they're going to be playing tomorrow after their huge win. There's a goal. In and out in a hurry of that top mesh, but what a rip by Cole Davis.
Yeah, I think that was the third or fourth shot on goal from that possession, so you can't stop them all. Even Gallo can't stop them all.
And we saw Davis score a couple on the run yesterday, shooting as he dodged in towards that, but then he had the one where they just left him some time and space. And this was a bit more like that. They were closing quickly, but he got it off before the check got there. And it's a big goal for Western to climb within 4-2. Cody Arsenal, a quick jump on the face-off. Can Kai McDonald tie him up? He does for now.
They got to get it out there. This is
McDonald rips it out. Can they get there? Oh, that's excellent hustle by Michael Byrne to get the ball for Western. And again, Tim Murdoch was saying if we can win half the faceoffs, I think we're in good shape.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a ball thrown away on the pass, shovel pass. Murdoch can't grab it. Eventually it is grabbed by Evan Reynolds.
Whistle on the play, maybe a timeout coming.
I don't know. It looks like a discussion. They're not heading over towards the benches. I can't imagine Murdoch and McGill would use their second time out of the half with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that would be short-sighted.
I think the refs are just getting things straight, make sure they're clear on what they're calling. Clock is stopped with 4:02 to go, and the snow's getting pretty serious here.
It's coming down.
The wind has picked up a bit, going right to left.
It's like a flurry now. What do you call this?
I don't know. Maybe. McGill retains possession. They'll start up again with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. I'm Steven Stamp with Chris Mederi. Baggataway Cup semifinal number 2 here in the 2019 tournament. There's McDonald watched by Byrne. Murdoch up high. It's not usual to see Max Murdoch way up at the top like that.
Yeah, it's definitely unusual. He was playing midfield when I was playing with him. That was several years ago now, though.
Yeah, he's an honorable mention All-Canadian attack now. It spends a lot of time down at GLE and below and cutting up. He loves to come up from underneath. There's a chance on the rip. That one's maybe tipped aside by Orlando.
I think so.
Andrew Chase just let it fly. Crowley gets one ahead to Byrne. Western pushing. It's really pretty with the snow floating around.
It is.
And the wind's kind of swirling. It's funny, the flags on the football goalposts are actually blowing opposite directions. They're both blowing out towards the ends of the stadium, which is pretty weird to see the wind going in multiple directions. It can get swirling around in a stadium like this with the open ends. The stadium built in 1915. Unbelievable. We found that out at the break at halftime. We were talking to one of the fans over in the Loge. The ball just pops away from Simeone, and it's snagged there.
Yeah, good job to pick it up quickly there.
Brendan Byrne right on top of it. The Toronto native just comes away with the ball. Baldwin with the short handoff to Plant.
Staying calm on the clear here. This is good.
Yeah, they see David Van Hees. They get it ahead to him. And McGill very poised, very calm, not getting rattled by giving up a goal. They're still in command of this game with a 4-2 lead. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Forgrave.
I think to close the game out with confidence, they're going to need maybe another goal because they've looked a little bit lackluster since that fourth one.
I'd want two.
Killing a lot of time.
There's a chance driving in. The ball's still loose. It's going to be snagged by Western. Ferris legging it up. Hands off to the pole. There's the pass. What a rip. Nice finish. Julian Simeone on the pass from John Gregg, who's been outstanding in this game.
Yeah, not a whole lot that Gallo could do there. That was Simeone's strong hand and right on the doorstep.
Just like that, it's a one-goal game, and where McGill did seem like they had pretty solid control. It definitely looks like Western has a ton of momentum.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. McGill, I think they might need another goal.
And I was saying I think they need two.
Yeah, maybe two.
I think two.
Yeah.
If you want to really feel like you're in an okay position here.
Now they definitely need to.
Yeah, Arsenault with the face-off win. He's got it in the back of the stick. He's going to rip it a little bit wide and high. Ward, watched by Bolsterly. Again, Oliver Bolsterly way out into the corner to pressure Ward and staying out wide to be with him. They do not want Cody Ward to be the one who hurts them here. We talked yesterday when Western was playing about how he had 7 points yesterday, 4 big goals, great game, but he's an all-time scoring leader for Western. He was just a terrific player, but he doesn't always put up big numbers in playoff games in Baggataway Cup because teams key on him so much, and he's more than willing. He's such a great team player. He's willing to let other people have the glory. He'll do whatever role is necessary to give his team a chance to win. He's got 3 championships to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, it means that you're a good player, you know.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. We have a one-goal game. The first semifinal was 6-6 through 3 quarters. This one, it's 4-3 McGill over Western. We're going to take 3 minutes. We'll be back at the 2019 Baggataway Cup. Welcome back to Lacrosse Friends to the 2019 Baggataway Cup semifinal number 2. 15 minutes to go or more. You never know. We had overtime last time.
That's true.
4-3 McGill right now over Western.
Certainly a possibility of overtime at this point.
We got some music going in the intermission here between quarters, and had some Trent players up and dancing.
Keeping the muscles warm after the game.
Yeah. You don't want to just sit there and watch the game. You got to keep moving. And the McGill fans were getting loud.
They're making their presence felt. It's nice to see. It's nice to see. You don't always get a great turnout.
Kai McDonald lined up against Cody Arsenault. McDonald went way early. Mm-hmm. That's going to be Western possession. Arsenault takes it. You're a little fired up sometimes as a face-off guy. You're twitchy. You're ready to go, and you hear something, you sense something, and you go, and then you hand the ball over.
That's true.
There's Ferris on the run, rips one. Oh, what a save, Gallo.
Another crazy save.
Wow. And Ferris can rip it. I'm telling you, that kid can shoot.
Yeah, sometimes on the face-off, as you were saying, the ref will change the call up a lot. So sometimes the ref will get you used to one cadence, and then he'll switch it in the next period.
Keep you from anticipating?
Exactly.
They don't like you wily, trickster little face-off guys getting the drop on them. Oh, what a shot on the run. Nick Ferris stopped last time from the top, so he goes to the side a bit and buries one. 4-4.
We got another great game on our hands here.
We do. A tie in the fourth quarter, just under 14 minutes to play. You can feel the momentum. Obviously, McGill was up 4-1. Western with 3 straight goals. And McGill's offense maybe a little stagnant.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Almost feels like a transition opportunity would be just the ticket for them.
Yeah.
Bolsterly, great positioning, and gets the ball. What's the call? Yeah, it'll be McGill possession. Great play by Bolsterly. I say give it to Tanner Baldwin and let him see what he can do. What do I know?
Yeah, or Max Murdoch, or one of McGill's many weapons. We'll see what happens here.
McGill setting up, taking their time. A little confusion about who wants the ball there, but they do eventually sort it out. Andrew Chase will settle things down, go up to Liam McDonald. Max Murdoch ranging to the far side to get it on the play. Got Hunter Zawada back at X. Just kind of snuck back in. Up top to Cameron McGinnis, number 26. So again, McGill using their depth, but they're going to turn the ball over.
Yeah, not a super wise choice there. Trying to dodge through 2 defenders was, I say, a Cree?
No, I think it was Cameron McGinnis.
You're right.
It was 26.
It was McGinnis.
Yeah. I know. I thought for a moment maybe it was Cree, but just based on the number, that 6 does look very much like an 8, but quite different players. McGinnis is heading off and really kind of taking his time getting over to the sideline.
I think he took a bit of a beating after that.
He must be shaken up
there.
11 and a half to go. Ferris on the run, saved by Gallo. Calmly comes up with it and makes a quick pass out to Baldwin.
Oh, that could have been a penalty there. That's risky.
The dive by Ferris?
Yeah.
Ball stripped, scooped up by A.J. Skirving. Honorable mention, All-Canadian Skirving will toss it ahead. And Cody Ward's going to slow things down and let Western get all settled and ready to go. Oh, and there we go. Western is pulled ahead.
That's Cody Ward on the goal. Scoring top right. Western team and fans fired up after that.
Well, we were talking in the break about how loud the McGill fans were. They were getting things going, and there's most of the crowd here in Montreal, of course, is McGill fans. There's a small cadre of Western fans, the one Mustang flag they've got going, and I'll tell you, they are pretty close to making the same amount of noise between the team and those small group of fans as the McGill fans were.
It's true.
Oh, another face-off win by Arsenault, but almost a strip by Brendan Mullen. Western eventually winds up with it. Oh, here's a chance for Byrne, but he drops the ball. And that's going to be, actually, I don't even know why it matters. It's going to be McGill ball. Everyone was racing for the end line, but that wasn't a shot.
No.
That was just the ball was knocked out.
I'm surprised that the Western player didn't get leveled there. Just walking around with his head down right next to the ground ball.
Brendan Mullen lobs it ahead. McGill setting up. They're going to try and work their way back into a tie game here. Just over 9 minutes to play. I'm Stephen Stamp with Chris Maderi. The ball is stripped from Murdoch. Great job by Hayden Nix to pick it up. And then gets it away. Tosses it back to Keegan Crowley. He's going to take his time. John Kitt, great pass to get it ahead to Skirving. And that's one thing these Western Poles are so adept with their sticks. They've got great stick skills for defenders, and they can make those passes. You know, throwing the ball 30 yards on a rope to clear makes it awfully tough on the ride because you can't give anybody any room.
Yeah. I mean, it pretty much guarantees you the clear if your defenseman can make those passes.
Davis, watched by Plant. Everyone else down low, under the 25-yard line, again within 10 yards of the goal line. Ward, high pass up to the top to Davis. You can tell McGill doesn't want him dodging, but he passes, and Ferris will bury it. It's 6-4, and Western is really looking strong in this game.
Yeah, those two goals definitely taking the wind out of McGill's sails here. Looking a bit lackadaisical. Going to have to show a little bit more effort, a little bit more tenacity if they want to come back in this game. What do you think Tim is saying down there in the huddle?
I'm curious. I mean, a lot of times you need to be a steadying hand. You need to kind of calm guys down and that. But in this case, I almost think it needs to be the opposite. It needs to get these guys fired up.
I think so.
After that goal, McGill's bench just looked dead.
Yeah.
Nobody was moving. They literally were all standing with their hand on the stick on the ground, just standing there like zombies.
Yeah.
And you got to get some energy. You got to go. You got to reach down and find it within yourselves to get out and match what Western is doing. And it's fascinating on Western's part. As we talked about with Trent, the team that played last night and had the short turnaround is coming out here with a ton of energy in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, yeah. And also we mentioned last game, and we saw it end this way, that the undefeated team kind of believed that they had it in the bag already, and maybe it might not be the case.
Possibly. Western with a 2-goal lead.
Believing that you're going to win is not going to necessarily get you that win.
And this is where the faceoffs take on so much importance. Cody Arsenault has been pretty dominant. Kai McDonald's going to try to tangle this one up. Oh, what a quick clamp by Arsenault, but McDonald is in there fighting. You got to give credit to McDonald. He has forced Western and Arsenault and the wingers to work for these possessions, but they've done the work and they've gotten them. But this time, Baldwin's going after it. He gets it. Withstands a check. What a play and what a pat. Oh, no, it's too high. I take it back. It looked great. Wasn't quite tracked down. And honestly, no offense to Kerry Kane, but after that effort by Baldwin, you really wanted to catch that ball.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It did hit his stick. He is an attackman.
Yeah. There are certain expectations.
There are certain expectations.
Playing up in the glamour spot, like us up in the booth here.
I know.
It's funny how the Baggataway Cup, it's only 3 days, it's 5 games, we're in the 4th game here, but there's such a sense of building towards something as you go through the weekend. Every year it just starts out, and pretty quickly things ramp up.
Yeah, definitely seen a lot of good energy from both Trent and Western.
Ward's going to duck behind GLE to take that pass. Squats down, picks it right off the turf. Again, Bolsterly out on him. And, I mean, McGill's done a pretty good job of limiting Cody Ward.
They are.
Today.
They are.
But
he had the 1 goal earlier?
He did. It was a rocket.
Yeah. And again, the good players are going to get their points. They're going to get their goals. They're going to get their assists. It's a limiting game as much as possible.
Western slowing things down a little. Nick Ferris hanging on to it.
Western doing a good job killing time here. Just as I said that, started to lose the ball.
You jinxed him.
That's it.
Oh, nice pickup by Plant. Lobs it ahead. Bolsterly spots the wide open man and tosses it to far side. David Van Hees will move it ahead. And the fan base is fired up again. And here's a chance. Oh, what a great slide. Great hustle by John Kitt.
Yeah, really good play.
Was on Hunter Zawada before Zawada had any chance to get a shot off when it looked like he was going to be wide open. Here's McDonald.
I think Zawada was looking to maybe slide there. I mean, dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, if he'd been ready to shoot as the ball arrived, he might have been able to get it off.
I think so.
Nice D by Davis, but the pass gets through. There's a hard shot. A little save by Orlando. And that shot by Andrew Chase. McKay over to Chase, who'll move it on to McDonald. Cuts through into some space past Nick Ferris. Ferris doing it at both ends of the floor. A little defensive harassment there. Forced that shot wide.
Bit of an uncomfortable shot there. Didn't look like his feet were totally settled.
That pass was tipped. Chase is going to track it down. Crowley just got his stick on it. Ball's knocked down again. A huge cheer from the Western bench, but McGill quickly picked it back up. McDonald immediately covered by Nick Ferris. What a game that kid's having. The Edmonton, Alberta native. Huge goals at the other end of the field. Some really solid defense in his own zone. McKay spun around, knocked down, tries to come up. Oh, Crowley knocks it past the Andrew Chase and then goes and gets it. Great play by Keegan Crowley. I was saying yesterday, remember the every game, Crowley does something that makes you drop your jaw.
Yeah, that's true.
That was it for this game.
Yeah, and I think McGill needs to do a little bit of a better job there on offense, moving around off ball. I mean, everyone's standing still. It looks like they got glue in their shoes.
If anything, it looks like McGill's the team that played last night. And, maybe it's the 2 weeks off.
Maybe it's the 2 weeks off. Maybe it's the, we were undefeated. This isn't supposed to be happening feeling.
Oh, great pressure. Oh, but Hayden Nix manages to stay inbounds. Gets it over to Kitt. Feels some pressure and can't get it, but he does go scoop it up. Lots of pressure from McGill. They just can't get the ball. Kitt's going to just fling it ahead. Nick Ferris turns tail to chase after it.
Ooh, I thought that was going to be a big collision there.
But everyone just thought ball, and McGill comes away with it. Plant can't handle that one. It's going to roll near the sideline, but it'll be scooped up by Kerry Kane.
Really important 2 possessions here for McGill if they can get them.
It's interesting with 2:22 to go here in the 4th, a 6-4 Western lead. And McGill was ahead for so long, and you kind of wonder how much of that was Michael Gallo playing so well in net. And maybe Western should have been ahead the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, hindsight
right?
is 2020, but that does seem like the scenario.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's fairly clear Western's outplayed McGill over the last,
I totally
30 minutes
agree.
or so.
I totally agree. Yeah. Throughout the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shutout for them, second half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Kidd very calmly circles away and then lobs it ahead to Skirving. Hands it off to Simeone. And Western is under 2 minutes away from heading back to look for their 4th straight Baggataway Cup in a season that they weren't as dominant as we've been used to seeing from them. They lost 3 games in the regular season, twice to Brock by big margins.
Yeah.
7 and 8 goals, I believe it was. And they lost to Guelph late in the season by quite a few goals. I think that was another 7-goal margin or 8-goal margin. But they are coming together when it matters most.
It's true.
McGill, they got to get something going quickly here.
They really do. They really do. I hope that
Zawada will do it. Almost got a questionable shot because he just had a defender right on him.
Maybe 17 yards?
Yeah.
That was
It's
deep.
slow motion kind of setting up for the shot, and then once he let it go, it was an absolute rip.
I had to stop myself from saying I hope no one does anything selfish. But, sometimes that stuff works out.
We are in stop time in these final 2 minutes, so McGill's got plenty of chance if they can get the ball back, which has been a big if so far in this game.
Yeah, if they can get possession off the faceoff, I imagine Tim will probably call a timeout.
I would think so. Set everything up, unless you get a break off the faceoff. Obviously,
It's true.
McDonald, Arsenault. Oh, violation! I thought McDonald was going to get away with it.
Yeah.
But he did jump. And Cody Arsenault runs into the offensive zone. No timeout for Western.
He's going to shoot.
They're happy. They're happy to keep the clock going. The goalie is out playing defense. Oh, now Western has taken a timeout. Jeremy Taliva will gather his troops and preach calm, poise.
That's it. Control. Get it behind X. Behind GLE. And
I don't hate putting it in the net if it's wide open.
Yeah.
Obviously, the key is you don't want to generally score here if you can maintain control, because then you take away any chance of the other team winning a face-off, scoring, winning a face-off. But Cody Arsenault has been so good, along with the wingers, on getting the possession for Western off the face-offs. You'd have a 2-goal lead with less than a minute to play.
Yeah, I think a goal would indeed seal the deal for them.
We're just about done here on day 2, semifinal Saturday at the 2019 Baggataway Cup. I'm Stephen Stamp with Chris Mederi. We'll be back with you tomorrow at noon, live from Concordia Stadium, as the Montreal Alouettes will be here playing host to the Edmonton Eskimos, who apparently are downstairs.
Okay.
Getting ready for their practice after we get out of here. So join us at noon, either live at Concordia or live here on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we're done, watch the football game.
That's it.
Should be a good one.
Tune in.
Crossover with Edmonton coming out of the west. Double team on the ball. Byrne casually rolls it down. Gets it through. Nicely picked up. Great fight by Pearson Noble to get that possession.
Yeah, Pearson taking some big checks from the goalie stick. That actually hurts quite a bit.
And it's loose. McGill's turned it over. Baldwin comes up with it. There's pressure on him. He hands it off. Nice bounce pass. One hopper. Here comes Byrne.
Imagine there's a
you can see the fans
coming
waving him ahead. I don't know. I think you got to save the timeout. Get a goal first. You need 2. Bolsterly. Spin move. Oh, it's dropped. The ball is loose. Western's going to get it. That was almost in, actually. That ball rolled to within a foot of the goal line.
Yeah.
And then Michael Orlando pounced on it. Here's Keegan Crowley. Pressure from McGill. He was looking to the near side, and Hayden Nix just waved at him and said, go over there. And that's it. Western is back to the Baggataway Cup final. It will be their 4th straight championship game, and they're going to try to win their 4th straight championship.
That's it. Another great semi here. This has been what a day.
Great day.
What a
Great day. 6-5 Western over McGill. We're going to have the player of the game presentations, and then we'll be done. So I'm going to go. We don't know. We've been consulting on it a little bit. I mean, we give our opinion, but I'm going to say probably Michael Gallo from McGill.
I would think so. Yeah,
I mean,
he was really playing outstandingly.
And at the other end,
for the most most of the game.
At the other end, I've got Nick Ferris.
Yeah.
I think he was outstanding. A couple of huge goals, setting up some plays, one really key assist, and good solid defense. I mean, great two-way midi game.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're going to go and shake hands and stuff. So maybe we'll wrap things up. I know we do need to get out and clear things out. The TSN guys have been great, very patient in letting us, obviously, just setting up behind us and getting everything ready to go. But I think they have some more to set up because they got a lot to do to get ready for tomorrow.
That's right.
And we certainly appreciate all of you lacrosse friends being here with us. And actually, I think we have it confirmed. I think it is Gallo and Ferris, I believe, are the players of the game. So that's it for me, Stephen Stamp, along with Chris Maderi and everybody else here at McGill at the 2019 Baggataway Cup. Tomorrow, we head to Concordia, noon Eastern time for the championship. Trent versus Western. We'll see you there.